Hey there, gentle people and all the people out there. Thank you for tuning in so much. You've reached the Spiritual Scientist channel, and I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. So, I watched a video the other day, came out in the morning, and it was about Donald Trump talking about Easter. He was on a terrace, and he was by himself with a rabbit as you look at it, on his left, but as you watch it, it'd be on your right. And the rabbit kind of looked creepy. This rabbit had kind of beady eyes, and he's wearing round glasses, and it was a blue vest. And so I was watching it, and I'm like, that rabbit, couldn't they get a better rabbit? I said, that rabbit looks a little creepy. That rabbit looks really creepy. And so I watched the video. Anyway, it came up in my scroll this morning, and there he is. Now Melania's standing next to him on his right, which would be our left. And as you watch it, it's a similar rabbit, but the rabbit now looks happy. It's kind of smiling, and the rabbit does not have the round circular glasses, and it's wearing a pink vest. And I'm like, wow, that's really different. It's kind of like the Mandela Effect, where Trump was holding up the Bible and it was upside down, and then someone basically went in and edited the reality where the Bible's facing the right way, or you could say timeline or whatever. But anyway, so that's been kind of strange this morning to watch that. I did talk about the Mandela Effect, about the ribs, and now the rib cage goes all the way up to your shoulder line, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So it used to be that I could fit my fingers underneath almost my rib cage, and it came up, the higher part of your chest, and then I want to say the clavicle bone was, you could feel it, and now it basically goes all the way up, like it's a protective armor that goes all the way up. And you know what I was thinking? It's like you're in a video game, and when you start telling the truth and you start doing the right thing, it's kind of strange, because in the Bible it says you're going to be protected, and it's like being with the armor of truth. The verse about the armor of righteousness. You can put it in the comments if you'd like to, but belt of all that. It feels like, to me, I've been trying to do the right thing all the time, and it seems like it's a reward to have better armor, better ribs. So that's kind of strange. The other things that have been going on, and I hope it's okay if I share this stuff, is about the flashing lights. Now some of the flashing lights that are out there are turning purple. I've been thinking about, I was attending, Easter Mass, and thinking about Jesus wearing purple, the purple robe, and that was very moving for me, and he's getting whipped, and it's horrible. And then I talked about videos before about being dressed in purple. Anyway, I actually have a video that was kind of getting shared a lot about purple lights, But this is very strange. So it's like the lights are turning purple, and they're flashing. Not all of them, but certain lights are turning purple. And purple is the color of, as I recall, the Lenten candle for Easter. So that was very strange, that the purple lights some of the flashing lights are turning purple, which is the highest spectrum of color. And I was watching a movie last night again, about, it's called Lucy. I love that movie. It's kind of funny that she one of the lines that she had was that when you're using, it's all silly, but when you're using a higher percentage of your brain, you start to be able to take over wavelengths of radio frequencies, and she can come into your television and things like that. But I just thought, I was watching, I was like, oh, yeah, that's kind of like what's going on with the flashing lights, maybe. So that kind of occurred to me for a minute while I was watching it. I don't know if it was a eureka moment, but it just like, it's a wavelength, and it's going to a higher frequency, and that's the purple. And then someone, said, it was like a couple years ago, said that, and you see this online, that you don't really see the color purple. It's just like your brain's interpretation of a different hue of blue, which really doesn't make sense. But the purple lights are very interesting. I did share a video that was going a little bit viral, for me at least. And then it was about the purple lights, and I don't want to get too much into the purple lights, but there were the street lights that were turning purple, which were very interesting. Also, there's I'll call it a timeline insertion or what have you, but have you ever heard, and you could put yes in the comments or no in the comments, that is, if anybody's watching this, about holy fire. So there's something that is now, people know about, supposedly, that during Easter, on Easter Day, all right, Easter Day, that there's they're saying it's at the Basilica, but then it was, I didn't really understand that, because then it was said it was at Jesus's tomb. Maybe that's the same thing. That there's a priest goes in and he says a certain ancient prayer that is passed down from generation to generation, which I've never heard before, at Easter. And when he does this prayer, inside the Jesus's tomb, there's a lantern, and nobody's touching it, and it catches on fire. And then they come out and they light. First of all, they pass the fire around, and this is every year. They pass the fire around, and then they take the fire and they light they put it underneath their chins, and they try to, they show that it doesn't burn them. And it's just like this holy fire. And then they take the fire and they pass it around to other people. And then they have these runners that go with this fire, and they go around and they pass it all around Europe and all the churches around the earth. Has anybody ever heard of this? Because this is a new one to me, and I'm just like blown away by this, and I'm like, okay. And I looked it up. It's on Wikipedia, like it's a real thing, I guess. And then people are saying Catholics believe it, but they keep videoing it happening, so it's proof. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, share. Have a great day. Love you guys. Bye-bye.